Yo, so we're just gonna jump straight into this one also. This video is gonna be about how I use bullet journaling, sort of, to organize my work notebook. So, my work notebook was also in my backpack that got stolen along with my Hubon HA and fountain pens and other things. But you know, life goes on and work keeps going on, so I thought I would share how I set up my work notebook using kind of like a deconstructed version of the bullet journaling with the Leuchtturm notebooks. And this is kind of like a pamphlet that came with the Leuchtturm describing their product, and it's in several different languages. And this is a B5 dotted dot grid notebook, and B5 is about 7 by 10 inches or 178 by 254 millimeters. So just a regular size journal or notebook. And it's got a pocket back here and with some labels, and you can use the square ones and put those anywhere. And then there are also long and skinny ones that you can stick on the spine, which I will show you in a minute. But yeah, so yeah, if you like to put them on your spine and like have them on your shelf, and you can easily reference which notebook, whichever way you like to reference them. Let's see, what else is there? I think there are also, a table of contents if you need it, and there's also page numbers, which Moleskine makes a dot grid notebook about the same size, but they do not have page numbers. So, yeah, just checking my notes real fast here. Yeah, so the original bullet journal system by Ryder Strong, I mean, Ryder Carroll, Ryder Strong. Boy Meets World, anybody? Okay, Ryder Carroll was it's, of course, everyone starts with the version that he came up with. And the problem with that for me, I'm gonna look at my weeks to see what day it is. The problem with that for me is that I just couldn't do the daily task migration thing, so I kind of like took it up one level back. And I'm kind of like modified the monthly version of it. So here I'm doing, I think he calls it the monthly log, where you just kind of list out the days and the date. And so I like to do it this way, where I separate them out by weeks, so that I can kind of like more easily see what the week is going to look like. And also, when I get to the end of the month and there's still room, so it's like Sunday's the first day of the week, I'm going to fill in the rest of the week with the first days of the next month. Just because I know that, like, sometimes, if you're working by weeks, then you want to know what you're going to do that day or the next day. So taking one step back and going, just taking parts of the bullet journal and like formatting it so that I'm gonna organize my tasks by projects versus what day I'm gonna do those tasks. But also having the day, knowing what day it is, because you need to know what day it is. But just having the days of the week handy. Just so you can plan your stuff, but prioritizing by projects and tasks versus like every day doing something, if that makes sense. Mostly because my workflow needs to be a little bit more flexible than just writing down what I'm going to do every day. So what I'm doing here is I don't think this is a thing that is in bullet journal, but I like to do this is draw out the month. And I think for me, this is more meditative more than anything. But I also do like having the traditional grid view of the month handy for a reference. Even though I did it on the other side on the monthly log, you'll see later on like how I use this is just for quickly drawing out like what days people are going to be gone, or is there a conference this week, and like how many days is that, what days whoever going to be back, like that kind of detail. That's easier for me to see in the grid view than it is in the list view. So having options is really good. So I like to give myself as many options as I can. Like I said, I need to be flexible. So just because like that's just how creative work is. A lot of my projects, there's got some ink stains, ink spills. Way fun. That's a Muji pen, BT dubs. That one is too. So yeah, my projects are have to be flexible, simply because they're by nature they're let me start over. Creative projects go through many iterations before final product. So by nature, you have to be flexible with whatever things you need to do to get that project done. And so here, right next to the grid view of the calendar, I like to write down which projects are priorities for that month, and I might know that going into the new month, or I'll know because some from the last month, which I will have marked everything done or not done, like which is going to be the next new project or the next highest priority project. I'll write it there. And then down here, I'm going to switch the color of the pen because it's blue. It's hard to see to a black ink. I write down the projects, and I usually write down like the title of the projects. So this could be like Project Elephant. These are the tasks I need to get Project Elephant done. But yeah, so yeah, instead of having like, I think he has like other like symbols, like circles, or the actual bullets, open circles, stars, and like carrots and arrows and stuff like that. I just find I'm going to use a checkbox, and this is something I took from Evernote, which I used to take like notes on the computer. But yeah, so I'll just have these little checkboxes, and then I'll write just enough detail in that task so that I know what I'm going to be doing. Instead of like I think there are some like other like little like extra mundane things, like, oh, I need to go to like I don't know, like get coffee or like start planning something. Well, maybe not all tasks are mundane, but I kind of consider these like kind of like a higher level. Like, I'm not really going to document every little step it takes. every little step it takes to get this done. Like, I just know, like, download and edit photos for project 3, and then that's kind of it. Update that AI file for project 1. Like, I know that's gonna get sent to somebody for review, and like, I'm not gonna like wait for so and so to review. Like, I know what that means. Like, once it comes back to me, I can check that box off. Does that make sense? Proofread in project 2, proofread draft. Like, I'm not gonna write down, gotta print it out and like read it. Like, you kind of have enough details in there to know. So I'm going to go over here. Project 4. Sorry, it cut away. The weight on my tripod fell off and my camera almost fell into my face. So that would have been bad for both of us, but luckily I caught it. What do I say here? Schedule meeting with Doodlepoll. Okay, so here it's like I wrote down Doodlepoll, which is a tool I could use to send out to people to make sure that we can to see when everyone has time to have a meeting, kind of thing. And yeah, so yeah, this way still kind of like allows you to have like all your tasks together and what you need to do, except that it's not every day. Because I think the everyday thing was like too there was just it was that level of like doing stuff was just too close, if that makes sense. It just didn't seem to make sense to me to have to like rewrite everything every day when you could just write it once and check off the box when it was done. But yeah, having the monthly log here though, I still like to use that just so that I can have more details about when something is happening. So over here, like, yeah, I could write doctor appointment here at 9:30. But what if it's like on in a different office on a different floor? Then on the other side, I have room to write down what's going on. But I normally use this the grid calendar for like holidays and days off, and like how long an event is going to be or something like that. So like, you know, I'll write, okay, so that's Christmas and New Year's. I got a little arrow there, so I know those are holidays. And then I'm switching pens here. So on the 27th and the 28th, like those are going to be my vacation days, right? So I'll write day off here, day off there. And also write my hours so that when I do my timesheets, like I know what number to put for time off. So yeah. So the rest of that monthly log is for those kind of details. Like I think up here I'm gonna go to I got a work party, right, on the 9th. So I just know like, okay, I'm looking at that calendar really quickly. I got a work party. And then over here I write down more details about that. So we're going to a restaurant called the Waterfront. And like maybe like what time it is and stuff like that. Sometimes I will have like these things on my phone calendar, but you know, the whole reason like the whole bullet journal in the first place drew me is because it's like the analog system, right? And for someone like me, like I like putting pen down on paper. And so, speaking of pens and paper, Leuchtturm is very fountain pen friendly. So yeah, so I have and then I have the rest of my notebook to like make notes during said meetings and, you know, drawings of whatever, little notes to myself that aren't part of the tasks, just important details, things like that. So yeah, so having this kind of spread makes it a lot easier for me to manage my projects and look at what needs to get done. Like when I stop on one project, what can I work on another project kind of thing. So yeah. Oh yeah, so one last note. I got this pen hook with my Hobonichi stuff, and I actually like using this better on the Leuchtturm, even though, as you may know, Leuchtturm makes their own pen loops that you can like, it's like a little plastic square with elastic that you can stick a pen in, and you stick it onto the side of it. But I actually think this looks a little bit classier, especially with the cute Pilot Petit, which is a fountain pen, which also comes in like a regular pen and a felt tip pen. It's like $3 or $4. It's pretty cheap. You can find it on Jet Pens and stuff like that. But yeah, so I like to do that. And mostly this like stays in the office, so it stays on my desk. And then and it just looks cute. But yeah, anyway, so that's kind of like my whole run through of how I've deconstructed bullet journaling for my work projects, taking it back one step from the everyday tasks and like just using the check boxes. So, you know, if you want to like quote unquote adopt the system, please feel free. Yeah, or you know, if you have any questions, let me know. Like I'd like to know if there's anything that you guys do that helps you out at work to be more effective. So yeah, like and subscribe, but only if you really want to. And yeah, so peace out.